BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
A significant diplomatic incident is unfolding following the arrest of a prominent Ukrainian biologist in Russian-occupied Crimea, accused by Moscow of undermining Russia's vital krill fishing interests in the pristine Antarctic waters. Leonid Pshenichnov, a 70-year-old expert on Antarctica with a distinguished career spanning decades of dedicated scientific research and crucial contributions to conservation efforts, including staunch support for the establishment of marine protected areas in the region, found himself at the center of this escalating international dispute. His apprehension occurred as he was preparing to travel to Australia for a critical conference focused on the protection of Antarctic marine life. The Kremlin has since leveled charges of high treason against him, a move that has sent shockwaves through the scientific and diplomatic communities. Documents reportedly provided by Russian authorities to Pshenichnov's legal counsel, and reviewed by The Guardian, lay out the serious allegations leveled against the esteemed scientist. These documents controversially refer to Pshenichnov as a citizen of the Russian Federation who defected to the enemy's side. The accusation stems from his alleged assistance to Ukraine's delegation at an Antarctic conference organized by the Commission for the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources, or CCAMLR. The core of Russia's case appears to be that Pshenichnov utilized his extensive research to weaken Russia's extensive krill harvesting operations. This, the document asserts, was achieved through a Ukrainian proposal advocating for restrictions on krill harvesting, a move deemed detrimental to Russia's significant economic interests in the sector. The Commission for the Conservation of Antarctic Marine Living Resources, a body comprising 27 member nations established by convention in 1982, is currently at a pivotal juncture. It is poised to deliberate on the potential creation of a marine protected area encircling the Antarctic Peninsula, a measure aimed at safeguarding krill, a diminutive crustacean that forms a fundamental cornerstone of the Southern Ocean's intricate food web. However, China and Russia, nations that have historically opposed the establishment of such protected zones in the region for decades, are now facing scrutiny. Analysts and conservationists suggest these two nations may be collaborating to dilute existing fishing restrictions, particularly concerning krill. This concern is amplified by the fact that, for the first time this year, the volume of krill harvested in Antarctic waters has reached levels that scientists believe are unsustainable, raising alarms about the long-term health of this critical ecosystem. In response to this alarming development, Australia has formally expressed its grave concern regarding Russia's detention of the scientist. Similarly, the United Kingdom has issued a strong call for Moscow to facilitate the release of all arbitrarily detained civilians. Fellow researchers have universally lauded Pshenichnov, describing him as a scientist of outstanding caliber and a person of immense kindness. His detention, they stated, is unspeakable. Furthermore, they shared their profound worry for his well-being, noting his existing health issues and the urgent need for regular medical attention, which his current confinement is undoubtedly jeopardizing. On the inaugural day of the crucial conference, Ukraine's ambassador to Australia, Vasyl Myroshnichenko, conveyed his profound shock to delegates upon learning of the scientist's illegal incarceration. He urged all member parties of the CCAMLR, which includes major global players like Australia, the United States, Japan, Russia, and China, to publicly condemn Moscow's actions. Ambassador Myroshnichenko posed a critical question to the international body. Is it acceptable for the CCAMLR community to stand by while a Ukrainian biologist, who has devoted his life to the study, conservation and rational use of Antarctic marine living resources, faces persecution and imprisonment by Russia? Quote, Pshenichnov's deep engagement with the Antarctic Treaty System, particularly with CCAMLR, dates back to 1983. Since 1994, he has actively participated in the Commission's activities as a representative of Ukraine. Ambassador Myroshnichenko underscored the purely scientific nature of Pshenichnov's involvement, stating, "He's a scientist, not an official, not a politician. These are trumped-up charges. His detention is groundless. The ambassador emphasized that the high treason charges are directly linked to Pshenichnov's scientific contributions within the CCAMLR framework. This accusation gains a chilling new dimension considering that in 2023, Russian President Vladimir Putin significantly raised the maximum penalty for treason, extending it from 20 years to life imprisonment. The ambassador further revealed that Pshenichnov was reportedly coerced into accepting a Russian passport while residing with family in Crimea, which remains under temporary Russian occupation, leading to these arbitrary charges of threatening the security of the Russian Federation. In a concerted diplomatic effort, the ambassador confirmed that Ukraine's deputy is actively gathering signatures from member nations to draft a formal letter to Moscow demanding Pshenichnov's immediate release. The scientist resides in Kerch, Crimea, with his wife and one of his 2 sons. According to a fellow researcher who has known him for many years and described his detention as unspeakable, Dr. Yevgeny A. Pakomov, a biological oceanographer at the University of British Columbia, Canada, who has co-authored scientific papers with Pshenichnov and maintained a professional relationship for 3 decades, offered a personal perspective, noting, "He is a very kind person. He has kneecap problems and needs regular injections. We are all dreadfully worried." Valery Paramonov, another oceanographer, echoed these sentiments, characterizing Pshenichnov as an exceptional scientist whose contributions to CCAMLR are difficult to overestimate. Paramonov poignantly added, "His only problem was that he had the misfortune of living in Kerch, Crimea, when it was captured by Russian troops." Dan Crockett, executive director of the conservation charity Blue Marine Foundation, offered a stark summation of the situation, stating that Pshenichnov has been imprisoned for nothing more than providing scientific evidence about the impact of krill fishing on the Antarctic ecosystem. He urged CCAMLR countries to exert pressure on Russia for his release and to honor his research by implementing much-needed restrictions on krill trawling. The Russian embassy was contacted for comment regarding these developments.